Good afternoon and welcome to the March 29th, 2017 Legal and Finance Committee meeting. We will start out with roll call and determination of quorum.
Roberts?
Here.
Wright?
Thank you. Now we'll go to the adoption of the agenda. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. And we're to general public comment. I have no general public comment speaker forms. I will open it and I will close it. And we will go on to the consent items, item 1 through 7. And I will open public comment. And I have nobody for item 1 through 7. Anyone in the audience? So I will close that, and I will look for a motion or to pull items. Mr. Laurenti.
Thank you, Chair. Items 2 and 7, please.
So I'm looking for a motion to approve the rest of the calendar.
So moved. Second.
So we have a motion to approve everything, item 1 through 7, except for item 2 and item 7. Item 2 is from the Rapid City Police Department. Authorize staff to purchase vehicles to replace aging vehicles in the police department fleet. And I think we have someone from the police department that would like to speak. Mr. Laurenti, you're first. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. I have a question for the police chief, if I may. Chief, on this particular item, there's a couple of things, and one might be unrelated. Maybe somebody will call a point of order on me, but I'm hoping not. There's only 3 of us here, so. But my question is about, one, this was a budgeted item for your 2017 budget. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. My other question, somewhat related, obviously, is your thoughts on, because we're talking about the purchase of vehicles, and your particular area uses those vehicles quite a bit. We all know this. So my question to you is, have we looked at group buying tires for these vehicles? Or do you sole source those to one particular dealership? Is that a competitive bid?
For tires specifically?
Specifically tires.
Well, we replace tires on an as-needed basis, so essentially the cost per event is, I'm going to ballpark it at $500. So our fleet manager makes a decision on replacement, so it's not bidded out.
And we don't purchase those tires with any other department in the city, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Laurenti. Mr. Wright, you have the floor.
If I remember right, our tires were purchased as a rule under the state contract for tires, or do you know?
No, and forgive
They're
me.
competitively bid either way, that way or by pricing the dealers, I assume. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. We have no one else in the queue.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Item number 7, approve resolution number 2017-025, a resolution to add 1.5 full-time equivalent FTE positions to the Solid Waste Division of the Public Works Department. Mr. Laurenti, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. And I just wanted to pull this item so that the public understands that this item was also a budgeted item for 2017. If they see the attachment on the agenda out on the city's website, they'll see that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Laurenti. Do we have a motion? We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Now on to non-consent items, items 8 through 11. And I will open public comment, and I will ask Ms. Joy McCracken on item number 8 if she wishes to speak on that. Or item, she didn't put the number down, I'm sorry. Item 9. Item 9, I'm sorry, Joy.
That's okay.
Hello, I'm Joy McCracken. I'm the Executive Director for NeighborWorks, and we are working on the Village on Monroe project, which will provide affordable housing for the residents of Rapid City. And we're asking that we can use the land as a land acquisition as a TIF use, and this would allow us to have a savings in the project cost, which would be passed on down to the home buyers. As we all know, that affordable housing in Rapid City is very important, and we have a serious lack of affordable housing, so we think this project is very good to provide affordable housing as well as neighborhood revitalization. We plan to work with all of the neighbors moving forward and creating actually a block club in that area, bringing the residents together and engaging the residents in the North Rapid City area. If there's any questions, well,
Thank you. If there are, when the item comes up, they'll be asked.
thank you.
Thank you, Joy. Now on to item number 11, and we will start with Dan Tribby.
Thank you. I'm Dan Tribby with Prairie Edge, and I just want to take a second to just really voice my support for what's happening over at the CVB and the Chamber. I can't really remember the year when this first came up, but it was somewhere around 2001 or 2002 when former Mayor Jerry Munson, we were at a Chamber meeting, and he brought up the idea of kind of the CVB getting some distance with the Chamber because their mission statements were so different. And of course, at that point in time, you know, it was such a new idea, but in those 15 years, there's been a tremendous amount of work gone into it to work on the bid and everything else that's going in and what needs to take place for this to happen successfully. And it's a good project. I really have appreciated the support. I think it's good for the city, good for the promotion, and just want to thank you guys for your time and your consideration, but it's well worth taking a look at, and it's a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tribby. Now, second speaker on item 11 is Carol Bancroft.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. That I am the Director of Operations of the current Rapid City Convention and Visitors Bureau, which we have now become the legal entity of Visit Rapid City. And so I just wanted to share that from a standpoint of accountability, that we work very closely with the Visit Rapid City Board of Directors, and in our reporting, that in each of our monthly meetings that we report out our financial status. It's also open to the Finance Committee, which is part of the board, who will be able to review those finances on a routine basis, as well as we do report quarterly to the City Council and the Mayor as far as all of the projects that we've worked on and any of the meetings, conventions, sports events, et cetera, that we have brought forth. And then also we work with the City Council and the Mayor as far as our annual budget and marketing plan, that is approved on a routine basis. Thank you.
Thank you. And one more speaker on item 11, Linda Anderson.
Good afternoon. I am Linda Anderson. I'm the chair of the board of Visit Rapid City, and I'm here to speak in support of this second reading. I just wanted to speak just a little bit about, in the past I sat on the chamber board, and now I'm a member of the CVB board, and there's always been just a great partnership between these organizations. And for the last 15 months, we've worked together, the chamber and the CVB, to come up with a plan to do this right. It's a great partnership, and that partnership will continue. And I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you. And I don't have any more speaker request forms. Anyone in the audience wants to speak? I will close the comment section, and we will go to item 8, request to waive cleanup assessment fees at 1065 East Ohio Street. And Pauline, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation of staff on this one specifically was to go ahead and have council waive the $42 administration fee that's originally sent with the assessment, as well as the $100 late fee that gets tacked on if they don't pay within the time frame allotted. In addition, I wanted to let the committee know, as well as so it can be the information given to the council as a whole. We had somebody anonymously pay the principal portion of this assessment, so really all that's left on the bill is $142. That would be waived if you guys so move to do so.
Thank you. Mr. Lorente, you have the floor.
I make a motion to approve waiving, along with waiving the administrative and late fees.
We have a motion on the floor to waive the $142, and no one else in the queue. So all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Item number 9, request from NeighborWorks for City Council authorization to allow tax increment financing funds to be used for land acquisition for anticipated Village on Monroe affordable housing TIF application. I will second that.
Still have the floor?
You have the floor.
I just feel this will be discussed, and there's no point in us dragging it out, but I think council will talk about it. I support it, but others don't, so Monday night we'll talk about it, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion on the floor. All in favor? Aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes with one opposed, Mr. Lorente. Item number 10 from the Finance Department, second reading and recommendation of ordinance number 6170 regarding supplemental appropriation number 1 for 2017. Have a motion to approve and a second. Nobody in the queue. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Item 11, second reading and recommendation of ordinance number 6171, an ordinance to update the city's promotion agency for purposes of the municipal gross receipts tax by amending section 3.18.050, 3.18.060, and 3.18.070 of the Rapid City Municipal Code. Have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Have a motion to adjourn and a second. All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.